Hey everybody, Matthew Cooke here, founder and CEO of GTC Golf Academy, and today I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the backswing and what I like to see in golfers during their backswing. Now, I want to preface this with, if I'm working with an extremely good golfer, someone who's on the mini tour, someone who, screw it, someone who's on the European tour, the PGA tour, if I'm spending any time with guys like that, I may not want them to fall into what I'm about to say exactly, because they've already acquired such skill and precision with what they've got. And you know the age-old saying, don't fix what's not broken. However, if I'm working with the average golfer, the amateur golfer, a lot of the juniors, then and I see that they're having big issues with contact, whether it's they're topping it or hitting it fat and thin too often, so the control of the low point is just not very good, then I will look to make changes in this direction for their backswing, because it's pretty common what I see. I either see the backswing get too flat and laid off, or I see the backswing get too upright and steep. So I think that there is an element of sort of a bandwidth which is acceptable, that just produce different outcomes for the ball. So there are golfers that look a little bit more upright than, and they look more upright than some golfers, because some golfers are a little bit flatter and on the inside, and that's fine if they're within a certain bandwidth. You can play golf like that, and you can play very good golf like that. But what I do see quite often with junior golfers and adult golfers is that when they're, let me just get in good posture, there's a previous drill on that. I see that quite often they swing the club inside, very low, under, it gets around here. So you see the head is very much behind my body. My hands are getting very deep, or my hands are, on camera you can see they're close to this side of my body. I've even seen some get here behind my body. So the hands get very deep, the club head gets very much inside this way, and they get the shaft at such an angle this way rather than more upright. Now from here, that club head is much heavier in this position than it is if it's more upright. Right now, from there, the club is more in balance, and that's what I'm always looking for. I'm looking to get golfers at address in balance. Look through some of my posture and setup exercises and drills, because my number one focus and goal is to get golfers in balance so they're better able to put the club in balance. Now I know there's a lot of PGA Tour players and good golfers that don't do that, but if I'm working with someone that's struggling, then I'm going to go to that. I'm going to look at it from that perspective and try to get the club in balance. So back to where we were. So I see golfers get the handle inside, the club head very much behind them, and the shaft sort of laying down this way on the way back. And from there, because it's become so heavy, pointing to the pointing in a laid off position, from there it's quite often a big sort of sluggish move to get the club to come back down and transition into the downswing. And this is where I often see that over the top swing, where then the club and the shaft get into a steep position on the way down, and it tends to cause fat shots. And more often than not, actually a pull, or with a driver, more of a slice, because the ball starts left, because the club is swinging to the left with an open face, and it starts a slice. So that is, it's a pretty common issue that I see. Now what I'm looking to do on the backswing is for golfers to get the club head moving first, and then in the right order, sort of club head, hands, arms, then rotating the upper body to get the club more balanced here. And what I look for from this position is the shaft to go through the right bicep here. If I can get golfers somewhere around there, then I've had a great success with the rest of the swing sort of following suit. So try and get the club in balance, try and get that shaft to go through the right bicep, and to prevent any of those really, really off-center strikes, because golfers that do that struggle to find the low point and will always struggle with getting solid contact. Get the club in balance, that is number one. Go ahead and try to do that. Check out some of my other videos. I give some more drills, some more tips on how to achieve that. But I'll see you in another video.